watching Rose Squad Reviews. I'm Melanie, and today we're going to be talking about 2020. Except we're not really talking about 2020, we're actually talking about the books that I read in 2020. This will be kind of a year in review of the year 2020, but also look forward into some of the content you can expect for the year 2021. I hope that this video inspires you to read more in the new year, and that you were able to get some interesting suggestions, potentially, of things to read. I have some of these books, but other ones I don't, so I'll be able to show the ones that I do have, but other than that, you're just going to have to take my word for it, that it exists. The first book that I read for the year 2020 was Anne of the Island by Ellen Montgomery, Looking for Lovely by Annie F. Downs. I read some of the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess manga, and actually I put out a video on that, and we have like a whole series going. And What Planes, Trains, and Rickshaws Taught Me About Jesus by Chad Gibbs. Very funny book, very enlightening, would recommend. The Facts and Fictions of Mina Pratt by Patricia McLaughlin. A Memory of Dragons by Annabelle and Edgar Johnson. Prisoner of PSI by Annabelle and Edgar Johnson. These two are old favorites, rereads. Highly entertaining. I don't hear much about them, so I would consider them maybe kind of an unmined jewel waiting to be discovered. So go forth and discover them, if you please. Beastly by Alex Flynn. Red Velvet by Sandra Bird. The Season by Sarah McLean. Dragon Haven by Robin McKinley. Real Friends by Shannon Hale. The Beach Street Knitting Society and Yarn Club by Gil McNeil. I read this book. I read most of the two subsequent books afterwards. The best I can describe the plotline is a newly widowed mother moves to a small seaside town to take over her grandmother's yarn store and also just kind of survive the transition of being a widow and raising her two children. I did enjoy reading the books. I really enjoyed the relationship of Jo with her two sons and just kind of her struggling to make it through and do the best that she could by them, and love on them even if they are a little bit obnoxious at times. I think the book did a really good job of making Jo seem relatable, and I cared about her and her family. There were some things in the book series that I didn't agree with as much. Part of it is just not necessarily the way that I would choose to live my life. An example of this is there is a fair amount of profanity in the book. It's just on this issue, you might have noticed that I myself tend not to curse on this channel. There's a lot of reasons for that, but one of them would be that I want to have a large enough vocabulary to be able to express myself and not have to rely on a small set of like 4 words to just apply to every single matter in life. So I give that small caveat to the book series if you go out and read it. Also, you get my little soapbox on profanity for the day. Wolf Tower by Tanith Lee. I enjoyed it. I actually got the sequels for Christmas. Castle in the Air by Diana Wynne Jones. The Teacher's Funeral, a comedy in 3 parts by Richard Peck. Very funny. Ghosts by Raina Telgemeier. The Castle in the Attic by Elizabeth Winthrop. Midnight Pearls by Debbie Vigue. I don't know if I pronounced her name correctly, so forgive me if I make mistakes. I do have a video in process of coming out on this book, just kind of some thoughts of mine. Dragonlight by Donita K. Paul. Whirlwind by Kathy Marie Hake. Everyday Faithfulness by Glenna Marshall. The Trumpet of the Swan by E.B. White. We will have a video upcoming if all goes to plan. Cyber Spy by Heaven Love. Heaven is actually a good friend of mine. She is on YouTube, so you can go check her out. She has a channel where she shares kind of her creative pursuits. Right now she's in the process of making a musical, and I also did a collab with her this last year where we put Disney movies into a tier list. So if you're interested in either of those options, you can feel free to check those out. Fairest by Gail Carson Levine. The Courageous Princess by Rod Espinosa. I have volumes 2 and volume 3 here. And then the last book here is Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. And I'm currently reading The Door Within by Wayne Thomas Batson. That's all the books that I've read this year. If you have any book recommendations for me, I would love to hear them. Please give me ideas for books. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can let me know by hitting that like button or sending me a comment in the comment area below. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to make a little bit more of a regular video uploading schedule this year. So I expect videos to be every other Thursday. That gives me time to be able to make the videos, but also keeps me accountable to uploading consistently. I do want to continue to build the subscriber base for this channel. If we can hit 100 subscribers, I want to do something fun like a giveaway or a Q&A session, or maybe both. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.